Be simple with the Most High. Come on, man. You simple. Your mind ain't working properly, man. So anytime you read the word wine, so the Most High talking about alcohol. So the Most High talking about wine. Come on, man. That's simple right there. Don't be simple. The most sure. You're losing your mind, buddy. Let's go right here. Let's use it. Blue Letter Bible. See, right away. Once I start looking it up, that website I don't like it. So the other website, like okay, let's go right here. All right, let's look it up quick. Okay. Blue Letter Bible. There we go. We want Habakkuk, okay? Habakkuk, right? Bear with me. Chapter 2. All right, let's go to it. Let's see what Google had to say. So I'm in Habakkuk chapter 2, and we want straight verses 5. So we want to take a look at the word wine, okay? So that's what we want. All right, let's click on tools. Okay. So this is a Masoretic text. Okay, so let's go to it. Okay, yes, there we go. He transgressed, right, by wine. Okay, so this is the word right here. So the word is what? Is H, the strong, okay, the strong is H3196. The strong for wine right here is what? H3196. So you got to keep in mind, we want to break down what is the meaning of the word wine in this verse, in this context. All right? So let's see. We're going to let the app pronounce it for us.
Strong's H3196. Yayin.
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 Yayin. You see that?
Strong's H3196. Yayin. Yayin.
Yayin. Okay? You say, part of speech is a masculine noun from an used root meaning to effervesce. Right? Let's right here. Right. Let's take a look at the strong definition. We're gonna take a look at those words, right? Because the word, a word has so many meaning, right? Wine, it could mean alcohol. It could also mean what? Lie, philosophy, mean all type of thing, right? You're deceiving the people, right? Let's take a look at it right here. Strong definition. You say, yayin, from unused root meaning to effervesce. So effervesce, you shake something. I don't know if you ever taken one of these tablets, you put in the in the water, and then you'll be effervescent. You start boiling, agitating. So what they do, they bring out doctrine, thing like that. You see what I'm saying? Like the campaign right now. Like they tell you to be Democrat and to be Republican. That's a wine right there. Christianity is a wine. They'll tell you where you can be Christian, you can be Muslim, but no, that's a strong wine right there. We don't want that wine. It's a wine. He said also the meaning it mean want. Okay. Then another definition is say application. By application, he say also intoxication. Okay. Okay. So let's go right here. Let me see. There we go. You gotta keep in mind. It just means the lie, the philosophy, right? That's what it means. The lie, all the things that bring out there to deceive you. Okay? So let's really say, yeah, also, because he transgressed by wine, his philosophy, the lie, okay? He is a proud man. Esau is proud. We already know Esau Edom is proud. Neither keep it at home. He won't keep it at home. He's always hunting, right? He's a hunter who enlarges his desire as hell. You see, I read in the book of what? Revelation early. He enlarged his desire as hell. They don't have enough. They don't have enough. They stole Jerusalem. They stole the Middle East. They stole Europe. They stole America. They stole Asia. They stole Africa. they stole Australia, they stole the Caribbean. Man, the list goes on and on and on. They don't have enough. Right? He said, neither keep it at home, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death. I just read it. I just read it in the book of Revelation. Let's go over there. I'm going to bring it up again, man. Hell follow anywhere they go, is always going to be hell. Okay? This is the book of Revelation chapter 6. Revelation chapter 6, and we're going to read verses 8. And I look, and behold, a pale horse. What color is the so-called white man? They're pale. They ain't got no melanin. They're red. Red or pale, or you name it. Edom wasted it away, you see. Okay? He said, and his name that sat on him was death. I just read in the book of Habakkuk right now. The name of him that sat on him was death, and hell followed with him. And hell followed with him. So anywhere they went, it's always hell and death, bloodshed. The native Indian, our forefather, the northern kingdom, as soon as they came over here, 1492, hell followed up, and the native Indian were exterminated. Okay? They went to Canada, same thing. They went into Australia, same thing. They went to the Caribbean, same thing. Hell followed up, buddy. As soon as they land up here, they land up in your lane. Look at South Africa, man. As soon as they went into Europe, what happened to the children of Japheth and the Jews that were already living there? What happened? Bloodshed. They wiped them off and they took over the whole European continent and set up. What happened? As long as they set foot in your land, you dead, buddy. All right? So he said, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was death and hell. So that's Esau. Let's go back right here. This is the book of Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5. He said, yeah, also, because he transgressed by wine, the TV, the mainstream media, the fake news, the lie. He paid all these journalists, all this company to fact check everything that the Mosai is exposing. Everything the Mosai exposed, all the sending routers, all these companies, they want to fact check everything. Hypnosis, fact checking where he didn't say it. Yeah, you fact check your behind, okay? Fact check your nasty behind. Fact check that you are not Esau Edom as we prophesy against you, as we bring the Bible against you. Okay? Fact check that. He said, he is a proud man. Are you not proud, Esau Edom? You're proud. We can go to Obadiah. We can go to Ezekiel. We can, the list goes on, man. Okay? Neither keep it at home because he is a hunter. He won't keep it home. Hunting the beasts in their habitat, destroying the habitat of all the beasts, the deer. You travel through America, you see deer on the floor everywhere. They're killing deer every day. Because why? Because they don't have enough. They want to build more apartment just to make money. They want to build more houses. Nasty and like dirty houses. Houses can't even sound. If there's a fire, everything burns. Just to destroy the habitat of the beasts, the deer, the fallow deer, and the leaves goes on and on and on. Kill off all the beasts and they have no habitat. Neither keep it at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, it is as death. I just read it. It is as death. Right here. Revelation, Apocalypse chapter 6 and verses 8. Revelation 6 and 8. Habakkuk 2 and 5. Enlarges his desire as hell, it is as death and cannot be satisfied. So there's nothing you can do to please Esau. Alright? Understand that. There's nothing you can do to satisfy Esau either. You can't do anything. You need to wake up. But gather unto him all nations. He subjugated all the nations. Who? The so-called white men. Don't you see the Chinese, they bow down to the so-called white men. The Japanese, they bow down to the so-called white men. The Arab, the East Indian. Yeah, they got to bow down to the white men. Because that's the power the Messiah gave him through Satan. His ally was Samael. The ally of Esau Edom is Satan. Point blank period. He said, but gather unto him all nations, and heap unto him all people. Shall not all this take up a parable against him? So that's why the scripture say, well, we read right here, say, well, that the people, they're going to hate him. Against him and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his. Because America does not belong to the so-called white people. Europe does not belong to the so-called white people. They stole it. They increased that which does not belong to them. You see, it doesn't belong to them. Woe to him that increases that which is not his. How long? And to him that latheth himself with tickling. You know what does it mean? When you lather yourself with tickling, that means you're burying yourself. Once you bury yourself, that means you're killing yourself. It's plain and simple. A clay is like the soil. You laden yourself with it, you're heavy. Laden with iniquity, that means you loaded with iniquity. So laden with soil, that means you got buried, pretty much. Easy money. So we can go all day long, man. Right? He said, first Esau will subjugate the whole world, but in the end, Jacob will rule over all. Hold on, let's go. 2 Ezra chapter 6 again. Let's go over there. Let's go over there, man. This is the book of 2 Ezra chapter 6. This is 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verses 9. For Esau is the end of the world. Esau, the so-called white people, they understood. That's why they're pushing for the campaign. That's why they want to get everybody round up. They want you to get what? The mark of the beast. They want you to worship the beast, to take the mark of the beast, or the 6666. Revelation 13 and Revelation 14. For Esau is the end of the world. So don't you know that they understood? They know that they're the end of the world. And that's why they're getting everybody into the bandwagon. That's why they're convincing everybody to come in the bandwagon. You see? End of the world. And Jacob is the beginning of it that follower. Jacob is the beginning of it that follower, man. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Hold on. Jacob shall rule forever. There's a brother making a song about that. There is a song. And the Israelite brother made a song about that. Right? Let's go in the book of Daniel. Let's go to Daniel. Everything's in the Bible, man. Everything is in the Bible. Okay, let's read it. Okay? Okay, let's read it. Let's read it. This is the book of Daniel chapter 12, and I'm going to read verses 10. Many shall be purified, many of the Israelites, the so-called black, Latino, and native. Many shall be purified and made white in trial. But the wicked shall do wickedly. Esau will do wickedly, it doesn't matter. And none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. Let's jump right here. Let's go to Daniel chapter 2, okay? Let's go to Daniel chapter 2, all right? Right? This is the book of Daniel chapter 2, all right? And let's read straight up to the point. I'm going to go straight up to the point, okay? This is the book of Daniel, okay? Chapter 2, and we read from verses 44. In the days of this king shall Yahweh of heaven set up a kingdom. Which kingdom? Jacob. Jacob. Okay, he set up a kingdom. Which kingdom? Jacob. Okay. Shall Yahweh the Most High set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. You see? 2 Ezra 6 and 9. Which shall never be destroyed in the kingdom, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all this kingdom, and it shall stand forever. 1 Corinthians 15 and 24. Let's go to it. 1 Corinthians 15 and 24. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 24. Let's bring it up, same thing. Paul said the same thing. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 24. Then cometh the end. The end of who? Esau Edom. The end. The end is who? Esau Edom. Already. 2 Ezra chapter 6 verse 8 to 9. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to Yahweh. Who? Yahweh Shamashiach. Even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule. So China, Saudi Arabia, America, France, Benin, Togo, Ghana, Japan, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, and the list goes on and on and on. Everything will be destroyed, and we'll prove it. When he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. For he must reign till he hath put all his enemy under feet. Under his feet. Let's go right here. Let's prove it. Okay. Let's go to Daniel still. Let's go back to Daniel. Right. Let's go to Daniel. Right. Let's go to Daniel. This is the book of Daniel. Okay. Let's go right there. We'll prove it. Okay. So don't get it twisted. We'll prove it to you. Okay. This is the book of Daniel. Okay. So bear with me. We'll bring it out. Okay. This is the book of Daniel. All right. Let me see the verses. This is the book of Daniel. Right, let's go to chapter 10. Okay. But I want chapter 9 and I want chapter 10 as well. Okay. So this is the book of Daniel, right? So let's bring it out. Actually, I won't even use that chapter 10. Okay. Right. So we got to keep that in mind. So the Mosai, come on, man. Come on. Okay. Okay, let's go to 7. This is the book of Daniel chapter 7 and verses 9. That's the one I want. All praise be unto the Most. The Holy Spirit brought it back. This is the book of Daniel chapter 7 and verse 9. I beheld till the throne were cast down. When you cast something down, that means you destroy. Okay? Destroy. You fully destroy. I beheld until the throne were cast down. Cast down. And the ancient of days did sit down. Did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. So the Most High got woolly hair. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his will as a burning fire. So keep in mind, man. Keep in mind. Let's go to let's go right here. We'll prove it. We'll go a little bit more deeper. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 2. We'll go more deeper. Now Esau, he'll be exposed, man. Nothing you can do to hide Esau. We know. The simple of our people in the Christian church, they don't know. But we already know now. Alright. That's why you come in at us. That's why you censoring us. We can't say this, we can't say that. You violating community guideline, blah, blah, blah. All this. Hey, listen, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's your kingdom. You do your thing. You go after your loss, man. You do that. It ain't no big deal. Okay? Ain't no big deal. Just keep in mind. The Most High is coming back on you upon Esau. Alright? The Most High is coming, buddy. And nothing you can do about it. Okay? The Most High is coming for you, Esau, Edom. So what would you do in the day the Most High will visit you? Alright? So keep that in mind. Right? Let's go right here. Right? Let's go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Okay? There we go. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Alright? We'll read from verses 7 through 9. That's all we're going to read. Okay? For the mystery of iniquity, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, 7 through 9. For the mystery of iniquity does already work. Only he who knows let will let the Most High. The Most High let it go down. Until he be taken out of the way. So who will be taken out of the way? Esau, Edom, the wicked. Right? And then shall that wicked be revealed. Who's wicked? Which wicked? Esau, Edom. Right now he's hidden. Nobody, people don't believe. They're hidden. They don't believe yet. They don't believe yet. Many of our people still don't believe it. So-called blacks, many tons of millions, they still don't believe that Esau is the wicked. Even though the Father right before them, they're blind. Right? And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So keep in mind. Let's see now. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. So that's how you know he's not talking about Satan. He's not about he's literally talking about who? Esau, Edom. That's why the scripture say, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verses 9. He said, even him. Him right here is Esau, Edom. Okay? Whose coming is after the working of Satan. So they're doing the work of the ally. The ally of Esau, Edom is Samael. Okay? Samael. Okay? Okay? with all power. So who got power? Who's ruling over the world? We just read it, Habakkuk chapter 2. With all power and sign and lying wonder. Those are what? The wine, the TV, the basketball season, the football season, blah, 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 blah. Soap opera, music, Hollywood, like nonsense, CNN News, CBS News, blah, 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 all this nonsense and garbage, right? He said, well, and with all the deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth. Because Esau did not receive the Torah. He received the sin. Okay? Okay? Right? Because he tell you, right? Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Am I ready? Okay? Watch. He said, let no man deceive you by any means. First, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means. For that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. And that man of sin, who is the man of sin? I read it to you right here. Let me show it to you again. He said, two nations they are, each owing a word of its own. The one, the Torah. So one word is the Torah. And the other, sin. The Torah was given to Jacob, the Israelites, the 12 Israel. Now, the sin, the word of sin was given to who? Esau, Edom, the so-called white people. Their job is to put forth sin on the earth. Let me read it again, man. See, this book is on point. The Legend of the Jew, beautiful. No. He said, let no man deceive you by any means. Hello? For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. And that man of sin be revealed. That man of sin be revealed. Who is so Edom? They have the word of sin. The son of what? Perdition. Just as his father. You see that? There we go. Right? Bear with me. So like it. Bear with me. I'll be right back. So like it, man. We're right back at it. Man. It's been a long video, man. Super long. So we're gonna break it into pieces, man. We're gonna break it into pieces. Lord willing, the most allow us to be able. So you see that? So let's go back right here. Again in the book. Esau is Esau. You can't make nothing. You can't change it. Okay? He said, the older of the two will serve the younger. We read that 2 chapter 6. Okay? Right here he said, well, and the elder, this is Genesis 25 and 23. Right? 25 and 23. And the elder shall serve the younger. There we go. Here again, what did he say? He said, the older of the two will serve the younger, provided this one is pure of heart, you see, of mind. Otherwise the younger will be enslaved by the older. You see, and then who enslaved us? So-called white people. Who enslaved the so-called blacks, Latino, and so-called white people? The circumstances connected with the birth of a twin son were as remarkable as those during the period of Rebecca's pregnancy. Esau was the first to see the light, so he eventually was the first one to be born. And with him, all impurity came from the womb. You know what is impurity? All the blood, all these things, all the things that the woman released after the baby being born, right? Keep in mind, he said all those things came out with Esau right away. You see that? He came out with Esau, because sometimes you think like Based on your doctor, your witch doctor, or your liar out there, what do they say? They say, well, if it's a twin, though, all the baby got to come out before the blood comes out. Guess what? It's not true. That's a lie. That's what Esau taught them. Now, you see what we're reading? He said, as soon as Esau was born, the first to come out, all the blood, all the thing that need to be released by the mother, by Rebecca, came right with Esau. Everything came out with Esau. You see that? So that's to tell you that you're trusting all these. Watch out. Okay? He said, Esau was the first to see the light, and with him all impurity came from the womb. You see? Jacob was born clean and sweet of body. You see that? Very simple. Watch. Jesus, book of Genesis 25 and 24. And when her day to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, as the Most High revealed unto Rebekah through who? Shem and Eber. Okay? Behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red. Okay? Came out red all over like an hairy garment. And they call his name Esau. That's what he's posing for the agenda. Okay? And after that came his brother out in his hand to hold on Esau hill. 2 Ezra chapter 6 verses 8 through 9. Okay? And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 70 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. He was a hunter. We'll read it. We'll find it out. So let's read it. Right. Let's read it. It says, Esau was brought forth with hair, beard, and teeth. Oh my goodness. This is not written in the regular Bible. He was born with teeth. Right? If you Google, hey, listen, if you Google, he'll show you Esau Edom. Watch. Watch. Literally, he will show you. Watch. Baby born with teeth and beard. Let's see. We will ask Google. Let's ask Google. We will ask Google. Because Google, he know everything. I'm reading here, right? Let's see. Baby born with beard and teeth. Watch. Let's see. There we go. I told you, when you do that, the first thing he show you is Esau. Watch this. Watch this. Isn't this amazing? Look. You see that? You see that? It's Esau that he show you straight up. Look at that. Straight up Esau. He show you Esau. Esau born with teeth. So they know about it. Okay. Watch. Let me click on image. There we go, man. You see that? Born with what? Teeth and what? How can you breastfeed a baby with teeth? A baby born with teeth? That sounds like a zombie. That's a vampire. You won't be. How can a woman breastfeed a baby that is born straight with teeth? How can you gotta feed him in? That's why he was a hunter. That's why Esau was a hunter. Why? Because he was born with full teeth. He was a zombie. Look at that. Like with beer. That's why they do what they do, man. I never see a baby in my whole life. Growing up from West Africa to here, I never see a baby. I never see nowhere around me. I've been to so many places. Maybe it happened in some places, but as far as I never seen it. Look at this. Full grown up like with beard. Right? Imagine that. It's Esau Edom. Look at it. Check it out. That's what we're seeing right here, man. Esau Edom. Full beard. You see that right there? There we go, man. You see that? There we go, man. Look at him. You see? Okay. That's how he was born. Okay. Right? With the teeth. Esau, you see, mostly he's showing you if he's a Edomite baby. They're all Esau. These are Edomite baby. Okay. These are Edomite baby. Alright? This is Edomite baby. Okay. So keep in mind, we ain't making anything up. We ask Google, and Google reveal, Google talk. They're the one that set up Google with the algorithm. with the algorithm that they use. I didn't put the algorithm right there. I didn't put it there. They put their own algorithm and is exposing it. I didn't expose it. I mean, I didn't put it there. I'm just exposing it. I'm just bringing it up. So born with what? Teeth and beard. Imagine that. Right? He was born straight up, grown up wicked. That's why you got to go hunting. How can Rebecca breastfeed something like that? Rebecca cannot breastfeed him. Imagine that. It's going to be hard. He might buy your teeth off, right? I mean, he might buy your nipple off. You might want to watch out. Okay? Let's really say, Jacob was born clean and sweet of body. Esau was brought forth with hair, beard, and teeth, both front and back. Both front and back. I heard that legend in Africa. He said, look at him. He's born with all full teeth. Probably that's what my parents refer to. Look at this with grown-up teeth. So probably that's the legend, that the history they always refer to. It was transmitted from one generation to another, one generation to another. However, we lost it for. I heard things like that before back home. All right, let us continue. I heard talk like that, but to see it physically, I never see a baby be born with it. I heard people talk in parable like that, saying they'll say like, look at this one. So it's just to say that, you're doing too much weakness, right? You shouldn't be that. That's beyond you. You shouldn't be doing that pretty much. That's why my parents, they use that, right? So it say, was brought forth with hair, beard, and teeth, both front and back. And he was blood red. There we go. Blood red. Blood red baby. Let's put it here. Blood red baby. Let's see. Let's ask Google. Blood red baby. Let me see. Let's see what we get. Right. Right. Let's go. I'm going to put red baby. Red baby. That might be better. There we go. You can't make this stuff up. How can you make it up? How can you make this stuff up? Let me show it to you. How on the earth can you make this stuff up? Can I make it up? Am I lying? Hey, Hypnosis and Router, you wanna debunk this? That this is not you. Router, the owner of Router, Hypnosis, or you name, can you debunk this? That this is not you. You being read right here. All right. Come on, man. Let's click on the images. So we see more. Okay, we see more. Red baby, right? Let's see. Let's take a look at them. There we go. There we go. You see? There we go. Red baby. I didn't make it up. Did I make it? I didn't make it. You see? Red baby. Okay? All over the place. Esau Edom. He was born red-blooded. Okay? Red-blooded baby is Esau Edom. Red-blooded baby is Esau.